I'm gonna wait like a couple minutes. I'll just keep watching this Muhammad and Islam, Muslims origins and stuff. Since a lot of people claim they're Muslim, so they ain't gonna do the research. I guess I'm gonna have to show them research. I'm gonna show them the research, the truth, origins of Islam, Muslims, Muhammad. It's from Abraham. It's from Ishmael. That's the origin from the Bible. So, we gotta see that truth, bro. And Arabs, Persians to this day are still racist to Israelites because that the promise went to Isaac and not Ishmael. Ishmael is the father of the Arabs. So Hagar, the Egyptian, the Hamite, and Abraham gave birth. Hagar, the Egyptian, gave birth to Ishmael, and Ishmael is literally the father of the Arabs. Islam's what? Muslims, Muhammad, that's the father. Ishmael was mad because he was the firstborn of Abraham. He should get the promise, but it went to Isaac. So, honestly, at first, there wasn't even Arabs. They were just Hamites, really. Okay, Hagar was a Hamite, and Abraham was a Hebrew. So, both dark-skinned people. They weren't white. So yeah. Muhammad was born like 600 years after Christ died and stuff. So, Jewish religion. So, it's far from the truth. It's just Babylonian in origin, and a lot just equals a lot, bro. That female deity people worship. Fallen angel. I'm gonna start the video now. Usually wait a little bit because people don't pop in. Might wait a little longer on it. People gotta wake up, man. Like, gotta stop being biased. If there's opinions, there's truth. If there's opinions, there's facts, bro. Not everything's a belief, bro. There's actual facts. Like, like respecting people's beliefs is so dumb because to even say it's just their belief is okay. Yeah, that's what you believe and that's your belief is like kind of disrespectful because it's like, oh, you know they're wrong, but they're just dumb enough to believe that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually respectful trying to tell them the truth because that's what Christ was doing, trying to tell people the truth. But the Bible says people don't want to hear the truth. That's why they killed them and crucified them. So, especially demons, they definitely don't want to hear that either. People possessed by them. So yeah, man, like, and a lot of people who feel offended don't even do research. They just like assume you're wrong. It's like, dude, how about you do research? Like, people are in this mindset of like belief and like religion. That mindset is satanic doctrine, false doctrine, psychology, sorcery, spell. Like, that shit is fake. All religions are Babylonian. Babylon is satanic. Like, they're all pagan. That's the literal origins from Babylon, Tower of Babel. Like I'm not. What I'm saying is not a belief; it's actual truth. So if anything, I'm not disrespecting nothing. I'm actually trying to help your ass. You just don't. You're just too ignorant of it. That's all it really is. Can't talk about. You can talk about everything else but religion and politics, huh? I wonder why. And it's funnily enough, religion and politics don't even matter. It's just they program people to think that stuff is like there is no religion. It's all pagan. The politics don't even matter anyway. Both sides are fucking satanic. It's just one side's pretending not to be, and the other side's just out for with it, just outright with it. They're not hiding nothing. Republicans, they just pretend. Like who's a Republican? Like Elon and like Trump or something? Dude, they're all Jewish Satanists. Top 1%, billionaire, trillionaires. Elon is trying to get into space. That's Satan's will from the Bible. There's nothing in space but heaven. It's Tower of Babel all over again, bruh. Like, and look at all the stuff on freaking Trump. I mean, look at Biden, look at Kamala. They're all just pagans, bro. They're all pagans, bro. They're all pagans. Doesn't matter. It's just if you actually do vote, it's obviously the best side, like Trump, like Republicans and shit, because Democrats, they're just straight up demonic. Like, they don't even hide it. Like, all that stuff like abortion and alphabet trans and all that. That's like just outright satanic. So at least the Republican side are like pretending and hiding it and stuff. It keeps it away a little longer, just a little bit. It's funny because the things that people were getting put in jail for years, like their whole life, all those politicians went top 1%. People do it like all the time. You get put in jail for life for doing something, and literally these politicians, top 1% of the world, governments, they do it all the time, and they're free. It's crazy. Power corrupts. Gotta realize that. Power corrupts, bro. They lied on Christ. What? Dude, they lied on Christ. And these, you know what's funny about these top 1%? They know the truth. I mean, they got the records and the files and shit, right? So they know, like, the actual real truth, and they just don't care. Like, well, Bible talks about reprobate mind, so since they want to be pagan, since they know the truth and still choose to be pagan, the Most High just change their mind to that. Stick with it. You can't change now, man. It's just like Egypt with the Pharaoh, won't let Israel go, even though his whole freaking country was being destroyed. So it's like that. But yeah. Alright, it's been a while. I'm about to play this.
And fall into the distractions. We need to go into the core issue, the core problems, the core.
This is just origins of like Muslims and stuff. I'm gonna just keep going into this because all religions are pagan, man. Pagan means satanic, bro. So a lot of people are claiming they're Muslims and shit. I asked them why, they don't even know. It's like, dude, you gotta do that research, bro. Like, you can't just not know why you're something. That's just what they want. For you to be something, not know nothing about it, and you're worshiping Satan and paying homage to fucking fallen angels and spirits and shit, like giving them power and all this. Like, bro, you gotta do your research. You can't be biased. It can't be based off your race, where you're born in, your parents, your friends, your skin color. It can't be based on none of that. It gotta be based off facts. You gotta do your fucking research, bro. Like, something's bad is bad. You can't be biased just because your parents are in it, or you're in a country that the majority of the people are one religion or something. Like, you gotta do that research, bro. Gotta do the research.
Issues within our communities, or the lack of spirituality that lead to R. Kellys, that lead to families giving up their children.
This is like, how many minutes are we in? This is like 9 minutes in, so they're just in the middle of talking right now.
For nothing.
But I'm pretty sure I played this for like 2 hours before. I'm gonna just keep replaying it because I asked a bunch of people what they believe in, and they're like, Muhammad. So it's like, I asked, what was like 3 of them? They don't know no origins or none. So I'm gonna just play this shit.
Over a dime or over a bag. See?
Show them.
We need to go to the core issues. The core issue to tell you the truth is, our people and the people of our communities have no protection. We have no leaders. We have no shepherds, according to the Most High God, and are being ripped apart. There's no biblical code or no moral code or standard.
Oh yeah, that reminds me that since people, well, this is really more of like an Israelite thing, which are like black people, but people call them black even though they're just Israelites. Like that's literally what they are. There's no black and white in the Bible. Black and white, Israelite equals black, then white is just Esau, bro. Like there's no orange, yellow, none of that. It's it's just all BS. It's just divide and conquer. That's Satan's little motto. So that's why they got politics and Xbox, PlayStation, Android, iPhone, black, white, all division and conquer. It makes you. It's literally division for no freaking reason at all. Like a Satan's strategy right there, but yeah, bro. If you're in these, if you're participating on any of these religions, any of these holidays, you're under the control of those high fucking priest sorcerers, bro. And they, like, people don't realize, like, if you're in these religions, like, you're literally being controlled by, like, the high priest and shit. Like, these witches and warlocks. Like, you're instantly at the bottom because you're just a literal sheep and you don't know anything about the actual religion itself, the core of it, the origin of it. Like, just complete sheep. So they can easily control you. Like, people need to wake up, bro.
Standard concerning our people. Okay? And through that, the Gentiles and the Zionist media can exploit us and have our women as an open shame before the world. And men, mind you, not just women, and our men too, so that we become the face of all that's wrong. And I think we're going to go into that next week. But our topic.
Let me just stream until I get farm this stuff. Let me just end it. I'm not even trying to stream that long, to be honest. An example of what I was saying before, because I know a lot of people don't understand, like Christianity, like this Roman Catholics at the top of it, the popes and shit. Like look up the Black Smoke Ritual. Like that's literally the same fucking demonic spirit going from pope to pope. Like look it up. Like those niggas are witches and warlocks, bro. Like they read the fucking Talmud, they read the Kabbalah. Catholics, Kabbalists, like Kabbalah. What's that book called? It's like it rings with like that's why they're called Catholics and shit because of that Cabal book. But I forgot the name. But yeah, it's a book of witchcraft. Those are sorcerers, bro. Romans, Edomites, Esau, Mount Seir, Canaanites, Cain. Like that's literally what they are. So, and if you realize the day we're in our houses celebrating these little dumbass holidays and stuff, or whatever the hell, Easter, all that stuff, the same day they're doing Moloch sacrifices, killing kids and stuff. Moloch sacrifice, the star of Moloch, the owl, golden calf. That's literally their little satanic pentagram star flag. It's on their flag, bro. So people need to wake up to reality, bro. Same day we're in here eating turkey and all that. We don't even know the origin of the day. It's like December 25th has nothing to do with Christ. Thanksgiving has nothing to do with like whatever the hell they say. Like it's just funny how people fall for that. Easter is just Asherah worship. Like I'm pretty sure Good Sunday is only like 2 days after Christ's crucifixion, so people can't even freaking count 3 days. So Sabbath is not even on a Sunday; it's on a Saturday. So people just gotta do the fucking research, bro. Like literally, Revelation 1:14-15. Christ is actually with white wool hair. The Bible says it, and he said the Bible says it like twice too. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell is wrong with people, bro. They just need to do that damn research. I'm about to play them. I'm about to finish playing this. I'm also playing on
Today, hit
game
your
too at the
like
same
button.
time.
Come on in, because what we are about to bring it, brothers and sisters. Topic today. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take my time with this one. Praise the Most High. We before you this evening. Topic
I'm
today:
probably gonna play this a lot.
an Israelite message to
Might switch it up a
Muslims.
little bit. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are Muslims.
Again, no personal
The whole
attacks, just
point is
straight out.
tell the truth.
I'm an
So,
Israelite according to the Most High, not according to some religion I'm joining or some people were speaking on a corner. I'm not rebelling against my Christian background and my parents who were Christians. None of that. Okay, I'm an Israelite.
yep. Born a Christian and all that. Same thing. Realized that shit was a cult, just like the rest of them. So it's that simple. It's not an opinion. It's literally facts. That's what people don't understand, man. It's not a perception, opinion, a belief. It's literally facts. It's literally truth that is pagan. And pagan is satanic. Another word for satanic is all it really is. Like, all these religions are heathenistic, Gentile, pagan, whatever you want to say, demonic. It's all that crap, bro. It's not disrespecting nobody's beliefs. It's literally telling them the fucking truth, like Christ was. People don't want to be. The Bible says people don't want to be told the truth. That's why they crucified him, because people don't want to hear it, man. People think they have all the answers. Say, bro, you gotta do that research, man. You gotta do that research.
Israelite from the tribe of Judah according to genealogy. That's what we are. We're Israelites according to our bloodline. We're not Israelites.
And people usually listen more to like people with status. Like Christ was like poor and all this. Dad, Joseph was a carpenter man and all this. So they especially didn't want to listen to a poor guy, poor man. So it's a whole nother thing. Power corrupts, and people are just so fast to listen to these freaking politicians and shit that are rich. They don't know you. They don't give a damn about you. People still want to just run to them. Go to your local doctor or pharmacist, which literally, dude, these doctors and pharmaceuticals would be called witches and warlocks back in the day, dude. Like, that drugs is sorcery, bro. Like, pharmaceuticals and all that, like, we don't even know, bro. If you want a good judge, go watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and like The Boys. That's the real shit that be going down, bro. That's shit like The Boys, like the concept of that. Well, it's not really a concept, but in like Full Metal Alchemist, that's what really be going down, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like some of these shows, some of these shows be exposing the truth. Some of it, some.
According to some conversion. Okay?
That's right.
We're not Israelites according to some conversion. And here's what's deep about what we're going to go
physical
into
bloodline,
today.
genetics, Israelites. So.
Every last Muslim who has ever lived on earth, every last Muslim that was born on the earth converted to Islam, including their prophet. See, I didn't convert into being an Israelite, folks. There's families in the Bible, in case you haven't noticed.
Yep.
In case you haven't read.
The original King James Bible, 1611, it has a literal whole family tree bloodline from Adam all the way to like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, and all that. It's fucking crazy, bro. Seth, Noah, all that crap, bro. Like, it's literal history, bro. It's literal history that you can look all, dude. You can look up those names and just, bro. Not some belief. Like, it's literal history, bro. No beliefs, no opinions. It's facts. Literal facts.
The Bible identifies all the families of the earth. Okay? We are one of those people outside of what mainstream media and mainstream religion has always told us.
Lies.
I'm speaking of the poor people who are suffering.
Religion and mainstream media are the liars. Like Christ said. Christ said they were liars and murderers, which they are. It's funny too because Esau, right? Esau is like, I guess you could just say your first white man. He literally married into the cursed Canaanites that had leprosy that made them white as snow, because Esau was literally red. Like when white people get mad, they turn red. He was like just red, like straight up. He married into the Ishmaelites and the Canaanites that both had grudges against Israelites, true Hebrew. So it's crazy, bro. Esau married one of the daughters of freaking Ishmael, and I forgot the Canaanites. I forgot which one of them, but it's crazy.
And who has built all these empires in the earth. We are in fact the true children of Israel, not through conversion, not because of some religious persuasion, but through bloodline.
Yep.
Now, how does this play into what we're talking about today? An Israelite message to Islam.
Through the father, obviously. Abraham, Isaac,
we're going to show you something today, brothers and sisters, a lot of you have never seen. We're going to go into Islam's origin.
Always through the father.
Slavery.
Where your father is, you are.
And
in terms of
politics. Nation. Okay. And we're going to also point out to you, brothers and sisters, this evening.
So an Israelite can do whatever to like an Esau woman, and that's an Israelite baby. So it doesn't matter if they're mixed. Like mixing is like dumb. Like there's no mix. You can't be having that. You're just a whoever you are, Israelite, based on your father, or Esau, based off your father.
And Israel.
And how you know a lot of people are pagan is that they directly go against what the Most High through Christ says, like through the Bible. Oh, Bible says it's through your father, whoever you are, and guess what? Those pagans, Jewish people, they go through the mother. I mean, that's going against what the Most High said. So, and there's plenty of other things like gay, trans, and like all kind of idols, graven images. Like you shouldn't like. It's like a million things, bro.
Not things. Through conversion, not because of some religious persuasion, but through bloodline. Now, how does this play into what we're talking about today? An Israelite.
Monkey, you still there or what, man? Nope, he's not.
Message.
Well, if you're still there, type it up. Your age and what you believe in.
We're going to show you something today, brothers and sisters, a lot of you have never seen.
You're still there.
Okay. We're going to go into Islam's origin, slavery, and politics. Okay? And we're going to also point out to you, brothers and sisters, this evening, listen to this clearly, what Muslims, we're going to undo the lies that Muslims have told on the Bible this evening. What are Muslims hiding from Bible believers? Mm-hmm. What are they hiding from Bible believers? Because they would come in our communities giving out pamphlets and claim, well, this is just an alternative way of life.
Oh, yeah. If you look at videos from the Middle East, they're still, like, racist as hell. Like, they're literally still... Like, there's still Israelites, black people, enslaved over there. Like, it's fucking wild, but it's true. Can't even believe that shit, bro. Like, shit is crazy work. They still call them slurs and everything, so pretty crazy.
It's just a way of life. Hey, I'm ready to go in. Right?
That was kind of fast.
I don't like to make this a race thing, but you would be appalled how the original Muslims and the real people who are Muslims over the Middle East, the creators of this thing, how they really feel at the core
Yep.
against black people.
Yep.
And make no bones about it. I'm
Those
talking
people are
about some
racist.
very sully
Well, it's not really racism.
views
It's
historically.
just Ishmael, Abraham, Isaac. People don't even know. Like, it's not even about skin color. It's just the Bible. It's just Ishmael. Like, those Arabs are Ishmael, and they think they got schemed out of the promise, even though the Most High chose Isaac. Like, you can't get mad at us because the Most High chose Isaac, which are Israelites. Isaac, Jacob, to the 12 tribes from Jacob's 12 sons. So, it is what it is. Same thing with Esau, too, with Jacob. So, they're just mad because
Muslims
they didn't
have
get the
had
promise.
against black women and black men, and I have that history today. What they don't want Bible believers to know is what we're going in today. An Israelite message to Muslims. Now, let me make this clear. I have nothing personal against any brother or sister, okay, who are honestly in good earnest searching for truth and find Islam as an alternative religion or choice to get closer to the Most High. If it means repentance, becoming a moral, upstanding person, you understand, doing right by your brother man, whatever the case is, I don't have no problem with that. Okay? But I understand that according to the history researched, it's a sinister spirit behind the origin of Islam.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it was some book. I don't know if it was the Quran, but I'm pretty sure in the book it says that Satan is like black people or something. It's pretty funny. But yeah, those people are racist, bro. Well, it's not. I keep saying racist, but they're just mad at Isaac. And Isaac is like our father and all that, so.
Now, your intentions and their intentions are two separate things. So you brothers and sisters who are Muslims, don't think I'm trying to attack you or belittle you or come down on you.
When you say racism,
why? Because that's your path.
Skin color, I tell you that right now.
Why? Because some of us didn't have a choice. Some of us became Muslims.
Yep.
Why?
Forced conversion
because
by
our
Muhammad.
Parents were Muslims.
And that too. But the parents are Muslims because of
some of us did it because our parents did it. Some of us did it, why? As a revolt against Christianity.
Yep.
Someone somewhere in the hood told us,
they
or
lied
in
about,
your communities told you that.
What is he about to say it?
Listen, how can you follow? This is how a majority of our people become Muslims. Okay. It becomes an inherent rebellion as a Christian. Okay. It becomes, if I'm born a Christian or raised a Christian, it becomes a rebellion against the white slave masters' religion that have enslaved us. That's the black. Now I know that's the black hook and bait they use in a.
Yep, which is a lie. Because if they would actually know the Bible is an Israelite book. Christ was dark skinned, so they completely lie on that white book stuff. So it's pretty fucking wild how they did that shit. But that's psychology. That's witchcraft. Psychology is witchcraft, man. That's how they get you. They'll tell you this is a long time ago. Probably still now. Probably, I would be surprised if people still fall for that bullshit now. But back then, like 80s, 90s, 70s and shit, they used to say that. That shit would work like a lot. So yeah, man.
Community.
It's crazy. They lied their ass off. Literally, if people would just read the Bible, you realize Christ was dark skinned. fucking wild.
The Bible's tampered with. The Bible was used to enslave you black people. How can you follow the Bible when it's a white man's book? Lawyer, how many times have you heard that?
Millions. Millions.
And white people don't tell us this. Arab people don't tell us this. Our own people in our neighborhood say, I don't deal with the Bible because it's a white man's book.
Crazy work.
Are you in for a surprise today? That's why I say I'm going to have an Israelite message. I want a message to Muslims and say, listen, I don't have nothing personal. You choose whatever you would like to follow. It's
just crazy to think how, like, the top, like, rabbis, the top 1% government, they're like, they just lie straight up, man. Like, power corrupts, bro. People look highly of you because you're fucking status, and they'll believe most of everything you say, and they're just lying their ass off. And they know how gullible people are, man. They'll lie their ass off, and they'll know you believe them. I mean, they're poor. You're on TV with a suit on, wife, kids, property, a house, a car, and shit. Like, you can't trust somebody just because of their status, bro, and their money. It's not how shit works. Or because they went to college,
right?
Or some shit like.
But we're going to give you the tools today in the history to weigh what's right, so that no one is without excuse. That no one can say that we haven't reached out and gave history concerning its origin. And on top of that, you're not going to be able to claim you didn't hear the truth on the day of judgment. No excuses. You're going to get everything today. I'm tired of the stuff of us just ignoring things and just weighing things between black and white.
Bro. Bro, I just spawn trapped him for a second, bro. I'm trying to do that again, bro. Might as well do it. Yo. What's your name, Mask Man? Yo, bro. They like nerfed this. This shit does not feel the same at all. Fuck.
Oh, well, the white man did it. That's why I'm a Muslim. Well,
Yeah. I started spawn trapping in Call of Duty on shipment, and I had to go to game chat. Like,
that's
I was trying to see if they actually wanted.
Lawyer, how many times have you heard that?
I wanted to see if they actually wanted to spawn trap.
Millions.
You know how people are. They just want to run around back and forth across the map on shipment and get drop 30 kills or something. So whatever.
Used in the community. The Bible's tampered with. The Bible was used to enslave you black people. How can you follow the Bible when it's a white man's book? Lawyer, how many times have you heard that?
Millions.
And white people don't tell us this. Arab people don't tell us this. Our own people in our neighborhood say, I don't deal with the Bible because it's a white man's book.
Program on
Are
Israelites.
you in for a surprise today? That's why I say I'm going to have an Israelite message. I want a message to Muslims and say, listen, I don't have nothing personal. You choose whatever you would like to follow. It's your life. Right? But we're going to give you the tools today in the history to weigh what's right. So that no one is without excuse. That no one can say that we haven't reached out and gave history concerning its origin. And on top of that, you're not going to be able to claim you didn't hear the truth.
Yep.
On the day of judgment.
People try to deny it. You can't claim you didn't hear the truth. I tried to tell you, bro.
No excuses.
No excuses,
You're going to
bro.
get everything
I'm
today.
trying to tell you, bro.
I'm tired of the stuff of us just ignoring things and just weighing things between black and white. Oh, well, the white man did it. That's why I'm a Muslim.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I digress. An Israelite message to Muslims,
Trying to tell people,
Israelites'
trying to
origin,
tell them.
slavery
don't
and politics,
listen.
what Muslims don't want Bible believers to know.
What's your age and what
And
do you
I'm
believe
speaking
in?
of
Type it up.
learned
This guy keeps
Muslims.
like leaving every time I
Okay?
pop up the chat.
Now, Elder Lawyer, do
What is
me
wrong
a
with this
favor.
guy, bro?
I
This
want
guy's
you
crazy.
today to type in
Just tell me your belief and how old
the
are you, man? Stop being
conference
scared and shit.
information.
Stop being
Sir.
a sheep.
Yes, sir.
Program
and
sheep.
so that they can call in
All right.
questions or comments.
All right, so right now we're putting in the dial-in number, which is
I did my research, so I
712
know what I'm talking about, bro.
451
Not just me, it's the Bible, bro. It's truth.
39.
I learned from other people.
712-451-0439 if you would like to chime in through YouTube. If you're listening to us and you have some statements or comments, if you are a Muslim, come on in. Okay? And here's the access code. Once you get this number, once you
I'm
call this
playing
number,
Call of Duty right
Seven-
now.
code, and let us know whether or
On
not.
the Xbox.
I mentioned earlier, let's start at the origin, that every Muslim on earth is a convert. Every Muslim, starting with the Prophet Muhammad. There was a time in this earth, not too long ago, okay, there was a time in which Islam didn't exist under the title or name Islam. Okay? How do we know this? Well,
Oh yeah, it was like Persian
you
mythology.
have
I remember.
Muhammad born around 539 BC, around that area, right? He was born in the 6th century AD. You're
Yep.
talking about almost 600 years after Christ. So that begs a question for all that's
Christ was the last prophet, by the way.
out there. What were the Middle Easterns following before Muhammad was born? If there wasn't any Islam. Now, if Islam wasn't a religion at that time, that means even what we follow in the Bible when it comes to Christ and the disciples' doctrine, that predates what we call Islam today. Now, that's just a historical fact. A lot of our people don't even know that. Okay? But sometimes we are bamboozled or detracted by hearing people say, well, Muhammad was a prophet.
Nope.
Jesus was a prophet.
Nope.
Isaiah was a prophet.
Yep.
Moses was a prophet.
Yep.
See, that's the detraction. That's the slick way of adding Muhammad, right, into the line of prophets and having the unlearned in our.
All right. They say that for like the populace, but Revelation 1:14-15 says that Christ has dark skin and white wool hair. So that's nothing to do with Jesus. Then there was no J's back then. When Christ was alive, disciples, no J's, didn't exist. So, picture of, you can look this up, picture of Jesus is just Future Boy J. Roman man, son of Papa Rome, and the name means Zeus, and Zeus is another name for Satan. That's all it is. I'm pretty sure Zeus is probably like that. That's like the real Trinity. It's Babylonian Trinity. It's like three dudes. It's gay and all that. So it's the Godhead, not the Trinity, bro. So that Holy Trinity BS is Babylonian. It's not real.
Communities believe that they were all around.
The real Godhead is family, bro. Husband, wife, kid. Like, not three men, bro.
At the same time, period.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Bible says that, by the way.
When really, Islam
shit.
is one of the newest religions on earth. Muhammad was born around 539 AD.
And you gotta read the whole Bible, by the way. Not just the part they want you to just read. You gotta read the whole damn thing, plus all the books they took out. So, yeah. Book of Enoch, Book of Jasher, Jubilees, 2nd Baruch, 2nd Esdras. You gotta read all that crap. It's all part of the Bible. Bible references those books for you to read, too.
600 years
in the Bible itself.
600 years after Christ, almost. And at this time, what we call the Bible, the Torah, and the Tanakh was already in place.
Mm-hmm.
The New Testament, before Muhammad was born, was already in place.
That's right.
The gospel was being taught all throughout the earth, outside of the Western world. Well before Muhammad was born. Acts the 2nd chapter, when the Holy Spirit came down on the disciples, okay, where you had Jews, devout men out of all nations under heaven, speaking different languages. Why? We all would come up to Jerusalem once a year for the Feast of Unleavened Bread and the Passover. So at this period, the gospel was taught in Acts 2nd chapter. And this is 1st century, folks. Okay, almost 600 years before Muhammad was born. Where you had devout men out of every nation teaching the true gospel of Christ before there was any such man as Muhammad. So why did we need a new prophet?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm going to go into that. Elder Lawyer, read what you have there.
Yes,
first.
sir. This is the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter.
Come on.
And I'm going to get straight to the point. Verse number 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
And I'm reading out of the Bible. Why? Because the Bible predates Muhammad, and it predates who? You got it. Or what? The Quran.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go into the Quran a little later too. But right now, we're going to deal with the origin of Islam to show you what was intact concerning our people before there was any such thing as a Muslim.
Yep.
Read.
Bible predates
Verse 6.
the whole religion.
Now when this
book.
was noised abroad, the
Muhammad.
multitude came together and were confounded,
All that.
because that every man heard them speak in his own language.
Come on.
Jumping down.
Then before Muhammad, anyways, what was it, Persian mythology? They were like worshiping a god for each day of the year. Man, that is crazy idolatry paganism, bro. They literally worship the freaking, like, everything, bro. Sun, moon, rocks and shit, bro. Like, those are pagans, bro. That's what pagan is. They worship everything but the creator. That's a
Verse
pagan.
number 8. And now we hear every man in our own tongue wherein we were born, Parthians and Medes, Elamites, and dwellers in Mesopotamia, and in Judea and Cappadocia, and Pontus and Asia, Phrygia, Pamphylia, and Egypt, and in parts of Libya, about Cyrene. And if I could mention, a lot of these areas that we're reading are areas that eventually Islam would be spread.
Exactly, which means if the gospel wasn't taught first to these respective areas, including Arabia, and you're going to go there in a moment,
Mm-hmm.
Muhammad would have never received any revelation or understanding of his Abrahamic roots.
Mm-hmm.
It was the gospel that we were teaching that led Muhammad. Okay, it led Muhammad on paths and roads that would actually have us come to an impasse. And when he seen us teaching, he began to learn based on what I'm reading right here. Hundreds of years later, Muhammad ran into us teaching the truth, folks. So he's a convert. See? He's a convert. That means he decided, well, what you're saying as Jews are interesting. See? Now, I'm not making this up. This is history that any of you can research.
History.
I'm going to bring some history out in a couple
research.
of moments.
Don't be biased. You know
He
how
said this
people
is
are.
interesting.
They'll just say it's BS. So if I'm doing
The
fucking
Arabs
research,
we have here in Saudi
you're
Arabia,
fucking
the Middle
biased
East,
already. Stop
we're
being ignorant.
heathens. There's no
Right.
law. There's no organization amongst us. We're worshiping one God for each day of the year.
Yep.
Polytheism. We're worshiping all these different gods.
Heathenic
Maybe
Gentiles.
if we unite under one God, we can become a powerful
Muhammad met the real Jews with the real doctrine, and he made his own doctrine for what we taught him.
and recognized.
It's crazy. That's the origin of a Muslim doctrine.
Muhammad.
We're reading are areas that eventually Islam would be spread.
Exactly, which means if the gospel wasn't taught first to these respective areas, including Arabia, and you're going to go there in a moment, Muhammad would have never received any revelation or understanding of his Abrahamic roots. It was the gospel that we were teaching that led Muhammad.
Oh yeah, Muhammad wouldn't even have known his origin, his race's origin, that he's from Ishmael. If it wasn't for us. That's funny. A lot of people don't even know their freaking origins, bro. Like you gotta come at me for something. You don't even know who you even are. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy work. Oh, I'm a white man. I'm a white American type dude. You're not no damn white American, dude. Where is that in the Bible, bro? You're a fucking Esau Edomite. You're Esau Edomite. Black people. You're not black. You're African American. You're not from Africa. You're freaking Israelite, bro. Pretty funny. Arabs, Ishmael, man. Asians like Japheth and shit.
Okay, it led Muhammad on paths and roads
Africans,
that would
Hamites,
actually have us come to an impasse.
Egyptian.
And when he seen us teaching, he began to learn based on what I'm reading right here. Hundreds of years later, Muhammad ran into us teaching the truth, folks. So he's a convert. See? He's a convert. That means he decided, well, what you're saying as Jews are interesting. See? Now, I'm not making this up. This is history that any of you can research. I'm going to bring some history out in a couple of moments.
Go look it up. Don't be.
He said this is
ignorant.
interesting. The Arabs we have here in Saudi Arabia, in the Middle East, we're heathens. There's no law. There's no organization amongst us. We're worshiping one God for each day of the year. Polytheism. We're worshiping all these different gods. Maybe if we unite under one God, we can become a powerful and a powerful people, recognized and become a political force to be reckoned with. Right? So he was going to use a new religion compiled from the Jews' religion or the Israelites' religion into what they were dealing with, which is Persian mythology, to create a new religion called Islam to unite the Arab world. So that was the original objective politically.
Original base, Persian mythology, and that origin foundation was Babylonian, Tower of Babel, just like all religions.
It had nothing to
Just
do
like Jewish mysticism and all that other crap. And Jewish people are just Romans. So
with
Esau.
it becoming a way of life for slaves.
That's right.
Politically, it was to unite the Arab world against everyone else. So, like anything, our people get caught up in the fray. Go ahead, Elder Lawyer.
Yes, sir. and in parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians, we do hear them speak in our tongues, meaning in our languages, the wonderful works of God.
Now, what we're looking at is early first or mid first century AD, right after Christ's death. We have Israelites who are going into Arabia and different parts of the earth teaching the true gospel of Christ. This was all Israelites teaching. The disciples were Israelites, folks.
Yep. Dark skin.
We knew not to have no other God before us. We understood the power.
Yep. Another God before us. Idols. Stones, crosses, pictures. All that shit's idols. Idolatry. That's the same thing, man. Graven images and shit. Like, I don't even know what else. Like Buddhist statues and shit. All that.
Of our genealogy and our lineage and our strong religious history, linking back to Moses and the prophets. It was understood, even up until the time of Muhammad. So that's backwards. If I run into an Arab and he says, well, why don't you accept my new religion? And I'm looking at him like, what? Your new religion? I taught you. What are you talking about? That's backward.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have known
Satan
the
is
blessings
backward.
that would come to Ishmael if our forefathers didn't teach you that, Muhammad. So you are a prophet for your people, not mine. You're uniting your people. Christ unites us.
Yep.
Moses unites us. Okay? Abraham unites us. See? But it wasn't enough for them to have something just to unite themselves. They needed to come together or have one political or religious, I would say, stronghold to come under to eventually crush our people. Because Islam is not having a negative effect on other nations of people. Okay? Islam is having a serious negative effect on us. When I go into the Middle East, and I don't see an argument between an Arab Christian and an Arab Muslim. The whole area, the whole country is doing prayers in the street the same time. Okay, over there. So let's go into the origin now. Let's start with the origin. Give them the book real quick, elder lawyer. The Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Yeah.
Here is an Israelite message to Muslims. My message and our message is to you. Seek the truth.
Yep. Seek the truth. Don't be biased.
And before we go here,
Be a race or
if we start with the
freaking
Bible,
reborn
because
Yeah,
it
let's
was
do
actually
it.
the
Country you're
Bible
in.
that
Don't be biased, bro.
caused Muhammad or inspired Muhammad to start a new religion, as you were mentioning earlier.
Exactly.
So let's go to where the Bible makes mention of Ishmael, which calls Ishmael or Muhammad.
Exactly. I'm glad you went there. So the whole point here is, what did our foreparents show Muhammad
Exactly.
out of the Torah? Great point, elder lawyer. Go on.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Genesis, getting straight to the point, chapter 16, verse number 4. And when he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. And Sarah said unto Abram, my wrong be upon thee, I have given thy maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord judge between me and thee. Jumping over to verse number 9.
Come on.
And the angel of the Lord said unto her, return to thy mistress and submit thyself under her hands. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, and it shall not be numbered for multitude. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael.
And shall call his name Ishmael. Now, This is the mother of the Arabs. From Montezorium, a Hamite,
Yep.
an Egyptian. Okay. So here it is. Ishmael's mother is Hamite. And his father, Abram, our father, was Shemite.
Yep.
Okay. So here it is. Our mother Sarah rebuked this Egyptian woman for disrespecting her house. She runs away, and an angel of the Lord come to her and say, well, listen, go back and yield yourself to Sarah. The Most High God will make your son great. And you know what? The Most High did. He fulfilled his promise that was given to Hagar. He made the Ishmaelites great. And that's why I don't see why anyone have any issue with the promises that are coming to us.
Yep.
But yet I digress.
Israelites.
Go on.
Yes, sir. Verse 12.
Shall call his name who?
Shall call his name Ishmael.
Now, when you read the Holy Torah, brothers and sisters, it lets you know Ishmael had 12 princes. Okay. When you break down the Torah, it lets you know Ishmael's sons, 12 princes came out of Ishmael. And that they would overtake all of Saudi Arabia and become a great bloodline. The Most High gave them minerals, resources, oil, you name it, for Abraham's sake. Okay. Now when Muhammad ran into us in the 6th century, we began to teach him his history out of our Torah. At this time, there was no such book as a Quran. We were teaching from the Torah and Tanakh. So I don't understand how Muslims today try to claim it's tampered with when it worked good enough, the Torah and Tanakh, to convert your prophet and to give some self-worth and understanding to your prophet, who ironically, honestly, couldn't read or write. Muhammad was illiterate, but he was keen in listening. And he would be around, he would frequent the Jews or the Israelites and hear our ancient stories. We would tell him about parting the Red Sea and the mysteries and all the breakdown of what happened with our people. He understood our history. Okay, being keen in hearing. And not only that, we being such a loving people, you know how we are. We love everyone, right? It wasn't enough to say that we're the chosen. If we're going to have you hanging around us, we're going to at least say, well, listen, this is where your value is. It's not just us. Look at what the Most High did for your foreparents. Muhammad, you are a blessed people. We're blessed, but you're blessed too, Ishmael. Okay, Muhammad. And Muhammad began to feel pride, more pride concerning himself at this time. See? He started to go into the Torah or listen to us break down the Torah, and through that it instilled some self-pride for him concerning his people. This is how he united the Arabs in the Middle East. Go on, other lawyer.
Yes, sir. Verse 12. And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man.
He shall be a wild man. Jihad. Jihad is written of in Scripture. He shall be a wild man. What?
His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren.
And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren, which is what? The Middle East. Okay. No sooner as that spat between her, Hagar, and Sarah happened, when Ishmael tried to kill his brother Isaac, they were plotting and conspiring against our father. Our mother Sarah kicked them out and they went back to Egypt.
Tried to kill Isaac.
There's a long line of
the baby.
Ishmaelite, believe it or not, Ishmaelite
to get that
pharaohs
promise. Just like
from
Esau.
Ishmael's line.
Just like Esau, bro. Trying to kill Jacob.
So
Isaac's son.
a ruler in Egypt wasn't
That's why they're together.
always a Hamite or an Egyptian. Different family lines ruled.
That's why they're together. Esau and Ishmael. Arabs. Edomites, Christian, Muslims, same thing, bro. Both tried to kill their brother, which are Israelites. Pretty much.
In Egypt at different times. That's why their history is so distorted.
They want that
Okay?
promise.
There were Ishmaelite Arabs also, Ishmaelite pharaohs after this also. This is where Ishmael became a power and began to move into the Middle East and become a greater nation, like the Most High prophesied. We're going into some history today. Huh? If you want to be a Muslim, and you say Muslim means one that submits. Come on with that. You can only teach that to the unlearned, to the ignorant, those who have no understanding. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what it means. We're going to show you what it.
Yep. You can only teach that to the ignorant, uneducated. That's why you have to do, like, people don't understand, man. If you don't do your research, you're being manipulated and you don't even know it. It's to a point to where you don't even care. That's like, hey, a sheep is a sheep, a program is a program. You're not supposed to know. That's the whole point. You're not supposed to know you're a sheep. That's the whole point of a sheep or a program. So
is.
That's right.
Today.
That's the real matrix. Is all these sheep programmed ass people do no research. So their reality is a fucking matrix because it's all some bullshit.
Okay.
Religion, all that, it's all
Check
BS.
this out. Hold up. Go to Genesis 17 real quick. Because I have to make this clear. I went over in the Middle East and seen them their new created holy days. They created after the 6th century.
Created.
Going into the time of the Crusades. They even teach in their religion there's a celebration for Ishmael's sacrifice.
Yep. It was actually, they switched. They took Isaac out for Ishmael. It's pretty funny.
And I'm like, what? They was like, yeah, this is the day that our father was saved from the sacrifice of Abraham. And I'm looking at them. I was living in the Middle East. I'm like, what? I see why you don't want to deal with the Bible. The Bible, I'm talking about people that's in Islam. Sometimes you get delusional. There's no place anywhere that stated that there was a sacrifice for Ishmael. That's Isaac, folks.
Yep.
So Ishmael have now replaced Isaac as the promised seed amongst the Ishmaelites or Muslims in the Middle East. And that's why when they come over to you in the neighborhoods, in the hood, they don't teach you nothing about Israelites because they've replaced you through their false doctrine. Because this is something we also taught Muhammad. We said, yeah, you'll be blessed, but understand who's teaching you. The chosen. So exactly, there would be no such thing as Muslims if Christ didn't come and send a message to all those areas. Christ, brothers and sisters, is the prophet. He always was. He is. He's the prophet that sent out the teachers in Arabia and all of that eventually through centuries ran into an Arab by the name of Muhammad. Now, I'm not speaking of pagan, history. So who's the real prophet here? Christ is. Yeshua is.
That's right.
Come on.
Genesis chapter 17, which verse you want here?
Let's go down to 17.
Genesis 17, verse 17.
Come on.
Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed and said in his heart, Shall a child be born to him that is 100 years old?
Come on.
And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear? And Abraham said unto the Most High, Oh, that Ishmael might live before thee.
Come on.
And the Most High said, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
And with his seed after him. How long is an everlasting covenant, brothers and sisters?
Forever.
How long is everlasting? Forever. The Most High made an everlasting covenant with our father Isaac. Now at this time, Ishmael is 13 years of age. 13. Even Abraham himself believes Ishmael would be the heir to the promise. So now the Most High eventually addresses Abraham concerning his 13-year-old son, Ishmael, the father of the Arabs. Read.
Verse number 20. And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him and will make him fruitful and will multiply him exceedingly.
Come on.
12 princes shall he beget.
12 princes shall he beget.
And I will make him a great nation.
And Muhammad came out of the Quraysh tribe of Ishmael. So the Most High did not bless the Ishmaelites with the everlasting covenant. He gave Ishmael territory, power, and prestige due to his commitment to Abraham. Because
Yep. For Abraham's sake, bro. He gave Ishmael blessings. Literally. It's just not Isaac's blessing. He still got a bunch of blessings. But they want ours too? Like, nah, bro. It ain't gonna work like that. You can't have your blessings plus take Israelites' blessings too. Like, nah, bro. Ain't gonna happen,
Abraham
buddy.
cried for his son Ishmael. Read.
Verse number 21. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac.
But my covenant, I will bless your son Ishmael for your sake, Abram. But my agreement with mankind, my laws, my statutes, my commandment, my order from the heavens to man will go through Isaac. That's the agreement. Now, mind you, because the Ishmaelites felt rejected through time, eventually they would war against Isaac's seed.
Yep.
Jacob. They would come together with Esau, another scorned brother, and conspire to keep the children of Israel enslaved forever. Now, hold that. Let's hold it now. Let's go into some history now. Because everyone will talk about this Allah thing, right? Now, you can call whatever God you would like to call, right? That's your option, okay? But I'm going to give you some history on this. Let's go to that book real quick. Show them the book.
Yes, sir. This is titled World Religions from Ancient History to the Present, edited by Godfrey Parender.
Go ahead. World religions. Let's go into some history.
Read that, bro.
Let's find out
Some
real
real
quick.
history.
Who was Allah before Muhammad began to proclaim Allah to the world? Now, mind you, folks, even Muhammad being a part of the Quraysh tribe, right? Even him dealt with polytheism. His family, under the priesthood, being the priests in the Middle East, were pagans, were Arab pagans over the pagan temples in the Middle East.
Yep.
Right? So before he converted or ran into our brothers or our fathers, Israelites who taught him, he not only was an idolater, okay, or a pagan, He was under a religion deemed Persian mythology. A direct religion of Babylon was the religion of the Middle East. See? A lot of you don't know this. So Allah existed as one of the gods. But what was her name before Allah? I know a lot of you. I took you aback, right? Her name?
Yep.
Yes. Allah, the Allah they call on, was a female deity in Persian mythology.
Yep.
What are they hiding from our brothers and sisters in Islam?
Yep. Persian is Islam, bro. Muslims. Babylonian, just like the rest. It's not even just Islam. It's all Babylonian. He just said a lot. He just said Allah equals a lot. Female deity, Ashtoreth, Easter, a star. Same thing with Mary. Mary and virgin birth, that's Ashtoreth worship. Because Christ had a father, Joseph. There was no virgin birth. That's Tammuz. It's in the Bible that women was weeping for Tammuz. That's Tammuz, virgin birth. Tammuz is the virgin birth of Semiramis. And Tammuz is when Esau killed Nimrod. And Nimrod was like the king of Babylon. So his spirit was like in the baby and stuff. It's all Babylonian. Freaking wild.
So we're going to take you before Muhammad.
And that's on December 25th. Ashtoreth had virgin birth, December 25th. Tammuz. Nothing to do with Christ.
Muhammad converted into Islam. They was worshiping a female deity. The same Semiramis of Babylon was called Allah Alat in Persian mythology, a female deity. Later on, when Muhammad stormed Mecca, that they take some of the gods out or rocks out of the Kaaba and left 3, Allah and Allah daughters, 1 black stone and 2 white stones. This is history, folks. Let's go into the book and get the
history,
true name.
Not an opinion.
Who were they worshiping before Islam, brothers and sisters? Let's go.
Yes, this is from page 464. Values of pre-Islamic Arabia.
Come on. This is pre-Islamic Arabia.
The Bedouin Arabs.
Tell them what page you want again.
Yes, sir. Page 464.
Page 464. Read it.
The Bedouin Arabs were not notably pious, but they did have certain religious practices and ideas. In general, they might be described as animist, for they believed in a number of powers, spirits, and demons whom they propitiated. Spirits associated with rocks and springs and trees were of particular importance.
Sound like the Kaaba stone.
The Bedouin were also influenced by the astral religion of the Semitic peoples, which led them to recognize deities associated with the heavenly bodies.
You know what's funny about the Kaaba stone? Like way back in the day when I was like in high school or something, I was looking at something like the black cube of Saturn and shit. I was like, what the fuck is this black cube of Saturn? Because I was into the whole program, distraction, false doctrine of like aliens and shit, planets and stuff, because all that's bullshit, right? Aliens is fallen angels and planets. It's just, that shit don't exist. Like they just don't exist. It's not coincidence that all these planets' names are literally fallen angel names. So yeah, I was into that, and I didn't even realize that was just the Kaaba stone. Like I'm telling you, some of these pagans, they'll literally put out some like false BS to have you worship a freak like Satan, like, because the Kaaba stone was the black cube of Saturn, and Saturn is another name for Satan. Like, those people are worshiping Satan in plain sight. It's fucking crazy. Fucking wild.
The major figures were goddesses.
Were who?
Then they say like the stone was like an asteroid and shit, or a meteorite. I mean, asteroids mirror at the fallen angels, the fallen earth. That's literally what that is. Kind of like some media, like Transformers and shit. All that stuff is like fallen angels. Heaven's literally above, bro. So, it's crazy. Ain't gonna be on that long.
Were goddesses,
Goddesses.
Yep.
of whom the most important trees were of particular importance. The bet demons, whom the ideas. In
Page 464. Read it.
the Bedouin Arabs were not notably pious, but they did have certain religious practices and ideas. In general, they might be described as animist, for they believed in a number of powers, spirits, and demons whom they propitiated. Spirits associated with rocks and springs and trees were of particular importance. The Bedouin were also influenced by the astral religion of the Semitic peoples, which led them to recognize deities associated with the heavenly bodies. The major figures were goddesses.
Were who?
Were goddesses,
Goddesses.
of whom the most important were Alat,
Alat,
Al-Uzzah,
Al-Uzzah,
and Al-Manat.
and Al-Manat. Now check that out, folks.
Crazy.
They just took off the lot and kept Allah as the God to unite all Middle Easterns under one deity. Why? Because Muhammad seen the power of monotheism as he frequented the Jews. See? But before this, here's the names that you can research over the old Islam or the Persian mythology. The only thing they did, brothers and sisters, is give the Babylonian Persian mythology a makeover. That's it. But behind closed doors, the same practices of ancient Babylon still exist. They just repackaged it. And guess who helped him? Guess who helped finance the Arabs
Esau, Jewish people, top 1%.
in this conspiracy? The Catholic Church.
Yep.
The Catholic
Same thing
Church
about the slave trade. Same thing about Columbus. All Jewish, all funded by them. I mean, they're Esau. Of course they will.
funded Islam against us. I'm going to show you today, brothers and sisters. Because why? At the core, Islam and the imams of Islam and the Pope are worshiping the same deities, just in different languages. They're just worshiping the same.
Yeah, so I said, it's all the same. It's Tower of Babel, Babylonian religion. It's just different. It's the same thing. They're doing the same thing. They're worshiping the same thing. Just different location, different name, different language. That's why it's called Babylon. 70 angels came down, split the tongues. Babylon. They went their separate ways. They still had all the same knowledge as before their tongues were split. They had the same knowledge, same religion, same language, same... Well, not same language, but... They basically had everything the fucking same. Except the language. They couldn't communicate, so they just separated. They went to their groups that could actually communicate with each other, and they just went their own way. They still had the same religion. They still had the same religion. They can't just instantaneously swap a religion. You know what I'm saying?
Fallen gods.
There was only one religion back then. Anyways.
The same gods worshipped at the Tower of Babel before the tongues were split.
That's why our religions are pagan. Because our original religion was at the Tower of Babel.
Come on, let's go.
A superior deity called Allah.
Like, people think the Bible is religion. And, like, dude, the Bible is history. It's truth. Like, Christian and Roman Catholics ain't got nothing to do with the Bible, bro. Those people are witches and warlocks. Those are Esau Edomites at the top. Those Jewish people, those popes, serpent people, bro. They worship Satan, man. Revelation 2:9, Revelation 3:9. Christ called them out, man. They have nothing to do with no Bible. They don't even read the Bible. They believe in the Talmud and they read the Kabbalah. Like, come on, bro.
Was also familiar to them, but his function was vague, and he did not figure strongly in their thinking or practice. Nonetheless, this deity was known to the Arabs, and Muhammad's proclamation of his unique sovereign power did not involve the introduction of a wholly new deity. The Arabs also made pilgrimages to shrines located at different places in the peninsula. There was a shrine to Al-Manat at Ukaz, not far to the north of Mecca, where an annual fair was held in the sacred month. By far the most important center of pilgrimage, though, was the rectangular stone building in the valley of Mecca near the well Zamzam, known as the Kaaba.
Known as the what?
Known as the Kaaba.
Known as the Kaaba. Now, if you go into any Middle Eastern stores where we live at, or even in the Middle East sometimes, you'll see pictures of this big black square cube with people marching around it. Well, this cube, believe it or not, brothers and sisters, is the cube of Saturn or Satan. Where there's some mythological story of a meteor that came to the earth, and the Arabs looked at it, and because it shined, they said it was a god. These crazy myths. And they put a curtain around it in the Middle East and began to worship it as a god, folks, and called it Allah. Now, proof that it was a female deity. Till this day, if you go to Mecca, which was turned by Muhammad into a holy pilgrimage area, but before that, a trading port. If you go there, you'll see brothers or people who've made a pilgrimage or Hajj paying homage to the female deity. Right at the corner, if you have enough money, you'll be able to do this. As you can see, someone is sticking their head into a female part at the corner of the Kaaba stone. Look at it. That's the female deity, the worshiping of the goddess of fertility, sticking his head in his or her head in the womb at the Kaaba stone.
Yeah.
A lot of our people in the neighborhoods don't even know about this, folks.
Sure don't.
And I'm not even going into what some of the hadiths say concerning not only us, but bestiality and all that. They say if you deal with an animal, if you wash, you'll be clean. So bestiality is allowed in some of their hadiths.
Crazy.
I'm going to show you, man, we're going to go in today. Huh? How many of you knew that this went down in the Middle East, folks? If you have enough prestige or finances, you can stick your head in the woman's womb or the goddess's womb and kiss the stone for good luck.
So that people don't think we're making this up. It says here,
Come on.
here's an image. It says, every pilgrim to Mecca tries to touch the black stone at the corner of the Kaaba.
Show it.
That's the middle picture you see in there with a king of Mecca or king of Arabia touching the black stone.
Now listen. Listen. I don't have nothing personal against any Muslim. You worship whatever that's your business. Okay. But I'm a child of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And there's rules. There's rules. There's laws against what we've just witnessed. We didn't teach Muhammad to do this. They were doing that when Muhammad ran into our people. We tried to convert Muhammad out of those practices. So instead of him converting and following what was right, he was only looking at the good parts of the particular teaching to unite his people politically. It was about politics and rulership. It had nothing to do with righteousness.
It's mixed. For sure, age, what you believe in, man. Not about to be that long on the stream, so. What I'm streaming for, bro. Tell people some truth, bro. That's why I'm streaming, man. I don't really care about the game, real. How old are you? What's your beliefs, bro?
It had nothing to do with righteousness. Because if he really was converted or believed the truth, he would have went there and did what? Taken down all the idols in the Middle East, even if it meant his life. And he almost lost his life.
That's right.
Trying to some degree, and then compromised with his family to keep some stones within the with under the curtain. Okay. Now our Bible states this. Let's go to Exodus 20 real quick, Elder Lawyer, and after that we're going to take a few phone calls. We have some people holding on.
We have, yep.
Okay, we'll take just about 1 or 2 calls and jump right back in.
This is Exodus chapter 20, verse number 2.
Come on.
I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Come on.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage, read.
And this is a quick point. This is what separates our God from any other God in this earth.
Yes.
No other God can stake claim from or for delivering us from the land of Egypt.
Exactly.
Verse number 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Come on.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Come on.
Or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath.
Saying that a rock came down as a god. Read.
Or that is in the water under the earth.
Come on.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself
Thou
to them.
shalt not what?
Bow down thyself to them.
Let alone kiss it. Read.
Nor serve them.
Nor what?
Nor serve them.
Nor serve them.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me.
Now, that's idolatry according to the Most High. Now, I know some people on this side in the Western world would claim, well, listen, that's not who I worship. That's not what I do. Listen, like I said, that's your business. But keep in mind, when you're facing Mecca, you're facing that rock. Okay, when they tell you to pray to Mecca 5 times a day, even though there's nothing in the Bible, you can pray 20 times if you would like, 50 times if you want. But the Bible requires 3 times prayer, not 5 times. That was another thing implemented through Muhammad's envy of the Jews who taught him. Instead of him doing it 3 times a day like he did originally when he was, in our caravan, driving us through his caravan, using our caravan. Yes, that's what he was. He was a driver. He was a donkey driver or had a horse or a caravan, and you would pay him for trips. That was Muhammad's original occupation, like a cab driver today. Okay? He would worship 3 times a day like us until we didn't accept his new religion. And because we didn't accept it, he began a war against us and say, instead of facing Jerusalem, let's face Mecca, and we're going to pray 5 times a day. We're going to two up on those Jews, those black Jews, and show them we can pray even more. Okay? And he began to unite Ishmaelites against his teachers, black Jews. It wasn't Jewish people teaching Muhammad, it was us. And what do we get in return? A sword.
Death.
This is not my opinion or how I feel.
Forced
I'm going to go into
conversion
history.
into a made-up
First
religion.
we say we're going to deal with the origin. The second part, slavery.
Crazy, man.
So don't try to say, well, black people need to get away from the Bible because it's a white man's book and he enslaved us through the book, when Arabs enslaved us before the white man. After we taught them with the Torah, with the Tanakh, 2 records that's contained in our Bible. So how can you say it's tampered with? Okay, they're trying to pass the buck now. Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't the Arab. It was the white man. Or it wasn't me. It was the Arabs. No, it was both of you according to the Bible. It was Ishmael and Esau behind the conspiracy to destroy God's people. To the point where they even talk nasty and evil in the Hadith against black women. You didn't even know that was in the Hadith? What they say about black women? I don't understand why any sister would want to be a Muslim. That's coming in a couple of moments. This is our message to Muslims. Why don't you tell the truth? Tell the truth of Islam's origin to our people in the black communities. Tell us the truth. Stop trying to make us believe that we have some rich value as black people and Muslims. Stop the deception. Us carrying your water only shows the condition of God's people according to the Bible, that we're destroyed for a lack of water. I mean, a lack of knowledge. We're carrying the Muslims' water. Right? We're carrying their water. Here's Elijah Muhammad, who said in the 60s that Islam is a black man's religion. These are the guys who made us believe that this religion belonged to us. You can only teach this to a what? A destroyed people. They was giving us hell over in the Middle East, the Arabs. The same time this brother was teaching in America that Islam is a black man's religion. I'm going to show you what they were doing to us the same exact period and before that. These are the things that instilled Islam into us as some type of cultural, religious awakening for us. It was through our ignorance we took on these particular religions without understanding its origin. My message is, tell people how it started. Stop trying to loosely attach the prophets of our Bible to Muhammad. Tell people historically the politics of Islam to set our people free. Tell them the truth about Islam. Teach them what they really feel about us. But I digress. And hey, I can't let out all the goodies tonight. It's only a few hour show. But if you get in that academy, okay, you're going to see our lessons, our up and coming improved lessons on Islam and Judaism. Where we'll go into the history of Islam and Judaism together to show you they're working together against God's people. So I can't let it all out tonight. March 17th, if you want to be a part of it, get in that academy, folks.
That's this Sunday.
This coming Sunday. This Sunday coming up. You don't want to miss this, folks.
That's right.
We're going in with all the historical records and all that. You don't want to miss it. Okay? It's only $50 a month. It'll help us set up churches and do the work. Hey, you see how we going in now? This pales in comparison to what we do every Sunday, folks. It pales in comparison. Setting our people free, giving them the knowledge, the history, the resources to stand on the word and truth themselves. We're not hiding any resources. Any resources we have are taught in a class setting at that academy. Okay, so you don't want to miss it. This weekend, this Sunday, we're going into the creation of the universe. And no atheist or one who believe in evolution or Darwinism, no one can combat what we teach according to creation. It destroys everything the Satanists, the scientists, are claiming concerning how all came to be. And that's what we're breaking down this Sunday in the academy. Now, I know a lot of you are asking, how do you be a part of it? We're working around the clock with the administration now because the emails are coming in. You would have to send an email to gatheringas1, the number 1 at AOL.com, historytimes.org. Okay, you can go straight to historytimes.org and enroll right there. Or go to gatheringofchrist.org. Hit the tab for the academy and enroll. We have people working around the clock because usually our people like to get in the last minute, but we're going to work all the way up until the time we're live before you this coming Sunday. You don't want to miss this, folks. Because what you're seeing here is how we go in and we send you the PDFs so that you can have the resources to do the research yourself. Like I said before, it's enough just putting some records together, putting some books together, or putting one documentary together, and all those things are good. I'm not going to say that those things aren't resourceful or needed. But what I'm saying is, what better way to relay the information than to teach it to our brothers and sisters? So if they have any questions real time, they're answered by the teachers or who the Most High through the Spirit have given the information to. The Academy does it. I wanted to put that out there. You don't want to miss it, right? Now, real quick, one more thing on that stone. Let's go to the book of Habakkuk real quick.
And before that, I have
Yeah,
one.
come on.
Leviticus 26:1.
Come on.
You shall make no idols nor graven images, neither rear you up a standing image.
Read it again.
You shall not make no idols.
That you shall not make what?
You shall make no idols,
No
Salakia,
idols,
nor graven image.
nor graven image.
Neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land.
So the Bible states, you shall not set up any what?
Image of stone in your land.
Image of stone in your land. Now, mind you, is the Most High or the God of the Bible calling out the Kaaba stone and Islam or what? This is why they're saying, don't read the Bible. Oh, it's tampered with. Stay away from that. Because it points to the evil idolatry at the origin of Islam.
Yep.
At its heart. How can you say you serve the living God and you're marching around a rock in the Middle East? Or you're kissing a rock in the Middle East?
Yep.
Who they claim, jinns or spirits, are in.
Yep. Genius, genie. Yep. Jinn, demon. That's what it is.
The living resources or the living pieces of creation. This is what they believed in Persian mythology before they gave Persian mythology a makeover and called it Islam. They knew that there were spirits prayed in to the rocks by high priests. This thing is way deeper than you could ever imagine, folks. It's way deeper on a spiritual level. This is why our people are destroyed. Being divided between Christianity and Islam, but yet we're in the same boat together, literally. The same hell together. And don't realize that the religious leaders are conspirators. We don't see, as a result of being divided from the God of the Bible, as a result of that, the demons we've taken on through our worships have caused us to fight each other and to kill each other and to hurt each other. It's all one and the same. No different than crack, no different than Colt 45. Islam and Christianity is the spiritual aspects of that. This is why we can't come together. Because here it is, we get Islam not realizing a high priest or an imam is praying directly to a devil to control you, to keep you.
Yep.
And this is why we're giving you the resources in the history book so you can go back and say, man, I don't want nothing to do with that. Because on this level, it seems good. I'm dressed a certain type of way, and you're asking whether or not they have turkey bacon. Right now, all that's good.
Yep. On a physical surface level, it seems not that bad. But spiritually, these high priests, I'm telling you, man, you'd be fucking terrified to see what the fuck they're doing, bro. I'm telling you.
But you think that's all it is to being a Muslim?
Nope. Most High is a spirit. There's a spiritual realm that you cannot see.
This thing is demonic on a high level when you do the research. When you do the research. And these religious conspirators, what's going on, have led to our moral degradation, folks. Talking about it's a way of life for us. We have a lot of Christianity and a lot of Islam. Has anything gotten better for us?
Nope.
Come on. Let's get Habakkuk real quick. An Israelite message to Muslims. Islam's origin, which we just broken down, their slavery, we're about to go into, and their politics. This is a political agenda against God's people, unbeknownst to you. don't believe that there's some jihad of the Middle East against the Western world and that there's a war between Islam and Christianity, don't buy the propaganda. They're working together against us.
Yep.
Let's get Habakkuk. Come on out of the way.
Yes, sir. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18.
Come on.
What profiteth the graven image that the
It's just like atheists or Satanists. It's like being pagan is the same thing. Like, shit, if anything, you'd be better off as just an atheist or something than being in one of these religions. I'm not even gonna lie. It's crazy, bro. You gotta know the truth.
maker thereof have graven it?
What profit the graven image? Read.
That the maker thereof have graven it.
Come on.
The molten image.
The molten image.
And a teacher of lies.
A teacher of what?
And a teacher of lies.
So with the religion come a lie. Don't you come over to the Middle East and come into my neighborhood talking about have you looked into Islam? Have you looked into this new way of life? Unless you first tell me the origin of this religion and what impact it had on our forefathers before you got over here. If it didn't work for them, why should I take what you're peddling? Okay. Have you destroyed us enough? Enough? Historically, they have destroyed us, folks. I'm speaking of the seed of Ishmael. Historically, they have been a canker. They have been a sword in our side, a splinter in us throughout our existence. When you historically look at this, and it haven't ended. Right now, our people are enslaved in chains. When R. Kelly said, you know, there's real people with chains on. There's real little girls and little boys with chains on.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Middle East. Arab.
When he said that,
today.
You notice they tried to move it to another conversation. You know, there's real people chained up. Don't you think he done seen something?
Mm-hmm.
What goes on over here in these Middle Eastern countries and the places you travel? When you travel, you get understanding, folks.
Mm-hmm. And not even that far. What's going on here in the States?
In the States. In the States. He's seeing what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Going to some of these parties, some of these places.
Yeah, some of these places you go down.
You can look it up. Look it up, man. Slaves in the Middle East, Arabs. Got videos on it. I streamed this video the other day. I showed like more of it because I'm about to end soon. But
you know, they have things where you can choose whatever girl.
But I recorded like them watching that video.
From whatever country, and then after that, they kill them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He said they killing them. He said they kill them and bury them, and you don't even know where they are. Mm-hmm. It's religious, folks.
Mm-hmm.
It's religious.
Mm-hmm. And not even that far. What's going on here in the States?
In the States. In the States, he's seeing what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Going to some of these parties, some of these places.
Yeah,
you
some of these places you go downstairs and you know they have things where you can choose whatever girl from whatever country, and then after that they kill them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He said they killing them. He said they kill them and bury them, and you don't even know where they are. Mm-hmm. It's religious, folks.
Yep. Sex cults and all that, top 1%, government, politicians and all that. I've seen the videos and shit, dude. Like, they do it. You can look up videos, seeing all that crazy shit. Dark web and politicians, dude. It's I'm telling you, man. These people are fucking demonic. Very, very demonic ass people. Governments. The earth was given the hand of the wicked. Job said. So. Crazy. Another good example and proof is when Christ was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. When Christ was fasting, Satan appeared to him and offered him all nations. So even when Christ was alive, he had control of all nations. When Adam fell, he took dominion, bro. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's religious sacrifice to Moloch.
Yep, the same star that is in Israel today. By those. The Bible says the true people, Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, are scattered across the earth. So the people in Israel today are imposters. They're not the real people. They're not the real people, bro. They're Jewish. They're converts. They're Khazarian converts. Edomites, Esau. So that's what they are.
And the Most our God, the God of Israel, the Most High, is saying, listen, come out of her. Come under my hedge. These religious institutions are vultures. They've been using you. They've been drinking your blood.
That's right.
This is my message to Muslims. Listen, I don't have no problem with someone personally. It's your life. It's your choice. But the Bible isn't about these heinous things that are going on in the earth against other people. Christ came that we should have life and life everlasting. I'm speaking of Yeshua, the true prophet. He's saying, well, listen, come into the light. Stop walking in ignorance and darkness. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And that's what we are bringing before you today. History you can research.
Yep.
So that you can make a conscious, knowledgeable, and educational choice.
Yep. People be like, oh, it's my choice. It's my choice. Like, bro. If a baby crawls in the street, you think the baby knows what's going on? You think the baby knew it was doing? You think the baby would do that? Baby, dude. There is no choice. Is an illusion, bro. When you have no knowledge. Like, it's literally an illusion. Like, how can you make a choice of death? Like, literally, people are always my choice. It's like, bro, you're choosing death. If you knew you were choosing, if you understand your choices, you wouldn't make them. Trust me. People wouldn't be in these religions. People wouldn't take meds and pharmaceuticals. People wouldn't do any of that stuff. People wouldn't. Like, when people say, oh, it's my choice, it's like, it's complete bullshit. If you understood what choice you was making, you wouldn't do it. Trust me. It's crazy, bro. Like, you gotta do the research. Like, your choice is only limited to the knowledge you have. Like, if you don't have the knowledge, the chances are your choice is probably not that good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go camping in wherever. And I don't know, like, who knows? Maybe like 10 people went missing in that area, and you just go camping there, and guess what? Some bullshit happens. Like, or you go missing. Like, I don't know. Like, you just gotta do the research, bro. You gotta do the research. Like, I think the whole baby thing is the perfect logic. Like, a baby crawls in the street. It's not the baby's choice. The baby just doesn't have the knowledge it's in danger. So the parent comes and scoops up the baby before the car comes. Like, it's that simple. Like, you can't say that was the baby's choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was not the baby's choice, bro. The baby knew it would never crawl his ass out there.
Concerning your spiritual connection with the Most High. You don't need Arabs to be connected with him. Come on, let's go.
What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image,
The molten image,
and a teacher of lies,
lies come with their religion. Read.
that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols.
To make dumb idols.
Dumb idols. Cross with Caesar Boje on it. Dead on a cross. Even though Christ Yeshua is alive. A rock. A dumb idol. It's a rock. It just sits there. It's black. Does nothing. Can't even breathe. Can't even move. Can't protect. Can't say nothing. It's just stupid. Statues, idols, it's all dumb. It's all stupid.
How do you know a dumb religion? If an idol is attached to it. Mm-hmm. Somebody walking around with a cross. What's that? Run. What's that? Somebody walking around, marching around a rock. What's that? Okay, all right. God, you trying to reach me? All right, let me call God in real quick. Hold on.
All right.
Let me call God in 1 moment, folks.
6893.
Let's bring some calls in. Then we're gonna against us, folks. It
Woe unto him.
weaponized. Let me see. They have weaponized religion against us, folks. It has always been weaponized. Let me see. Where my brother at? 1 moment. Finish what you got, that dumb stone again.
Yes, sir. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, going into verse 19.
Come on.
Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise.
Come on.
It shall teach.
To think you can get any knowledge from something or an area in which people are marching around a stone. What knowledge can that give you when it didn't even help Muhammad's people? It was our knowledge that united the Arabs. It was our understanding that took them from under polytheism to the worships to what you would call an Abrahamic religion. Come on.
Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath in it at all in the midst of it. But the Lord is in the holy temple, or in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him.
Come on.
That's it on that.
Now, let's take a call real quick for somebody who want to come on, whoever would like to come on real quick.
All right, the first one we have here is the area code 213, last 4 digits 5970. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church. Shalom.
Are they there? Okay, here it is. Let me cut this back on here.
All right, we're just cutting the speaker on.
Okay, they're good. You're live with the Gathering of Christ Church. Talk to us.
I just end it here. Been 2 hours.